Welcome back. Today we're working on Betty White because she needs some attention. We are putting in an Iron Rock Off-Road SYE kit, the Hack&Tap version. And so to start out, you want to take the U-bolt straps off, and then the drive shaft just pulls out. So I'm ready to pull it out. It just rests in there on splines. So here's the problem. This is gonna fall out when we start doing dumb stuff, which isn't today, unfortunately. But we will be doing dumb stuff, and this won't cut it. It's not quite complex enough. I like to just barely have an understanding of what stuff does, and this is too simple. So we're gonna get out with the simple and in with the complex. So this is Iron Rock Off-Road's SYE kit. It comes in a little box, but little boxes have the best stuff in them. This is an adapter if you have a certain style of external SYE in the transfer case. This is some hardware and a yoke. They even provide some drill bits for drilling it out, and jigs so you can center your drill bits. And the all-important stickers. That's all of it. So if you don't know what's happening right now, basically all an SYE does is, so this is the yoke that the output shaft connects to drive the tires, and so as it is right now it can slip out because it's an internal slip yoke, but what we're doing is we're taking that internal slip yoke out and putting a front drive shaft of an XJ under in the rear so that there's a slip yoke in that, and it won't fall out, and it'll be much better for driveline angles and everything.
But how do you eliminate it from slipping?
Well, you gotta drill, and so to connect this to the output shaft of the transfer case, you gotta drill a hole in the output shaft and then tap some threads into it and then bolt it on so that it doesn't go nowhere.
But the splines are hardened steel. How are you going to drill into hardened steel?
With Iron Rock Off-Road's special hardened steel specific drill bits. Yes.
I hear there's also some cutting that has to happen. Do you know anything about cutting?
Yeah, you have to measure stuff. I don't know quite what to measure yet, but I'll measure something.
Measure once, cut twice?
Yes.
All right.
Alright, so everybody shows the newer models, the 97 Plus, and they have a boot here instead of this metal covering thing. And so on all the older models, most of them, they have this, and we're just taking that off so we can access the splines, because right now they're hidden under it, and we want to see them so we can measure stuff, and we're going to measure stuff.
Missing the thing.
Oh, yeah, I sure was. Wow, look at that. I can see little balls in there. Okay, so we we took everything off first, and then we measured exactly what we needed to cut off. We found out it was about 3/4 of an inch of spline we need to cut off. And so now we covered everything up because there was direct access for all the metal shavings to get into the bearings, and that's no good. So that's all taped off now, and we put a mark at what we need to cut off, and so now we're going to cut stuff off.
Well, after we cut off everything that needed cutting off, it was time to drill out some pilot holes and run that tap in there. And all that went according to plan, kinda. Somebody's hands were too dirty and wouldn't record. So there's no video for that because I wasn't letting him touch my camera with dirty hands. But we got it done. Is it tight? Just hit the washer. The washer doesn't move?
No.
Alright. So that's only set on 2, so if you want to hammer it again.
Okay.
Alright. It's definitely 30 foot-pounds now.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so we got it all together, and here's the process. First, we marked where we cut it, and then we cut it off, and then we drilled it. We used a centering thing, drill bit jig, and first with a smaller size, and then to the right size, kind of pilot hole, and then the main hole. And then we tapped, and the tap sucks, because it just didn't do what we needed it to, and we ended up just putting it on the drill and sending it. So now it's all together, and this gets torqued to 30 foot-pounds, and I torqued it, don't worry. And then this, you'll notice the racing red, it adds at least 5 horsepower, so now we're up to probably 300. Anyways, tap sucks. That's it.
What do you got to do next?
Oh, next? Probably a drive shaft.
Cool.
that gets torqued to 1,300 inch-pounds or 42 foot-pounds. And I got it there. So, sometimes we have happy little accidents. And, we don't have a lift, so it's sitting on jack stands in the back. So it's already at ride height, which it may have not needed to have been, but that's the way it is. And we have the perfect amount of play in the drive shaft. Not play, but space. So, we just do things like that. So I'm gonna get all these tools cleaned up, and then we're going for a ride.
Boy, poor Caleb's been out there working all day, and I've been helping him, totally helping him, because but it is nice when you teach them everything and you give them something to do and they go do it. And then they just come and ask, what am I supposed to do now? But it's all good. This guy. Yeah, what?
So, hey, do you have some old man wisdom for filling a transfer case?
I do.
Could you share it?
With a hose. I use a hose.
Oh.
It's like a transfer siphon.
Huh. Do you have hose?
Yeah, I don't know that I have one, but
Okay.
if you'll find a old oil container, maybe one that's only got a little bit left in it, or maybe two that you can combine into one, or even an old ATF to the same size, and you can hack it up and make a funnel out of it and stick the funnel down in there and pour the full into the...
Okay.
And I'm going to be over here doing this.
Sounds good.
And as of 3 miles in, another successful install. Until next time, thanks for watching, everybody. Go anywhere, do anything.